You wake up tomorrow and the simulation resets to the 12th of December 12, but you, and only you, have all of the knowledge and information that you've acquired since. What's the first thing you do? Buy loads of shares in Tesla, Amazon, Apple and Bitcoin. Pretty sure AMD was a steal in 2012. Tell The Simpsons producers the events of the last/next 8 years. I think it's already been done. Wait, was it you? Fix all the chiz I ducked up, then get rich off the stock market and Bitcoin, before hiding in the woods with my fortune somewhere around Christmas 2019. Edit, thank you for the gold. You're just gonna do haram dirty like that? Start a duckin' YouTube career and invest in Bitcoin. You'd still have to have a good channel. Get ready for senior year of high school with 8 years of industry experience in 3 white-collar professions. Hey, it's the entry-level job candidate every company is looking for. I'm not going to say a word to anyone. Not that I wouldn't want to, but some of the stuff that's happened in the last especially 3 to 5 years or so are so far-fetched and so bizarre that no one would believe me. They'd think I was absolutely off my rocker and I might be sent far, far away. No one could have ever, even in their wildest imagination, have ever thought of what's going on back then, and anyone who tried to say something like that would be a cook. Edit, thanks for the gold. No one who answered the "so where do you picture yourself in 5 years" job interview question in 2015 got it right. No one. Try to stop Sandy Hook. Damn, this was 2 days before it happened. I would go home and take my dad out for his birthday. I would talk to him as much as possible in this time. My dad died from Alzheimer's in 2016, but in 2012 he was still mostly there. Edit, a letter, and also thank you so much for the support and my heart goes out to everyone who has also been affected by dementia/Alzheimer's. Everyone just talking about getting rich and this man speaking the real chiz. Use foreknowledge to become fabulously wealthy, then buy Facebook and delete it. Facebook was already $1 billion company. I doubt even with all the money you could get with foreknowledge you'd make enough to buy it from the old suck. Call in a fake bomb thread to Sandy Hook Elementary on December 14th. Also, change my major to photography instead of just dropping out after taking a semester off. You'd be better off calling the police and telling them a gunman will show up on the 14th. Nothing for the first week and a half or so, then put all my then girlfriend's chiz by the curb and dump her cheating her on Christmas Day. Even better, get photos of it and leave them in a manila envelope on her chiz. This is good for Bitcoin. What if this is why Bitcoin's price spiked so much? A bunch of people with time traveling memories know that it goes big at that date. I would recreate that entire Billie Eilish album and claim it as my own. The song lyrics will make no sense because it's a 30-year-old dude singing them, and the world will plunge into anarchy out of sheer confusion. Interviewer, so you wrote these lyrics yourself? You, yep, or me. Interviewer, when did you first become aware of your affinity for seducing people's dads? Die. 1280 isn't time traveler friendly. More like accidentally kill everyone with the modern diseases you carry. I remember the numbers for the few weeks of the $1 billion Powerball from 2015 to 2016. I wait out 3 years, then choose the winning numbers for the week prior to the actual win. My state has an anonymous winnings rule, where my identity would not be disclosed. I take care of my family, then cut off contact with them, and live out a happy life. Win the $1 billion Powerball, take lump sum, probably /700 million after tax, buy /14 million Bitcoin at $500 /Bitcoin with your winnings, sell Bitcoin at $20k in 2018 for 40x. Earnings, netting you /28 billion. Invest in put options in January 2020 and near every stock listed on the Nasdaq for expiry in April. Realistically, you'd probably only be able to invest /1 billion, but the option earnings alone would net you 50x returns for that bear market, giving you another 50 billion. Of course, if you could somehow bring stock charts with you, that would by far be the fastest way to exponentially multiply your value each and every day. But I imagine the secretary wouldn't let you fly high for long. You'd have make big bets, and not often, with the highest rates of return. to avoid the secretary getting on your A. Go back to sleep. I thought the same thing. I feel bad. All these other people thinking nice things, saving lives, preventing disasters, and all I've got is HMM. A nap sounds good. 10,000 on Leicester FC, thank you. Go for a double with Vardy's record number of consecutive scoring in matches. Since it's 1912, write a paper on social distancing, hygiene, and PPE to get it published in notable medical journals before the influenza outbreak really kicks in. Go to Linz, Austria and encourage a young lad, before he moves to Germany, to work on his art more. 1912 is early enough to prevent WW1. No WW1, no Versailles Treaty, no resentment, no League of Nations bullshits, no WW2, no communism. Hundreds of millions of lives are saved. It was slightly before my first schizophrenic experience, so try and live a peaceful life, get enough sleep, stop smoking pot, and continue my guitar lessons in an effort to avoid the schizophrenic experience. Wouldn't it make sense to, like, go see a doctor or something, in order to avoid the schizophrenic experience? I'll admit I don't know much about how schizophrenia works, but it seems like getting out ahead of it, and maybe getting on some meds to prevent or lessen it would help. Cancel that flight. He's not worth my time or dignity. Same. I was gonna say unceremoniously dump the chiz out of my ex. I think I call that friend, before I met her, and scare the chiz out of her with all the knowledge that I have about her. Thanks for the award, fellow redditor. How about drop little hints about your friends' futures, but not like enough to make it obvious. Just enough to make everybody around you wonder what the hell you're up to every time you predict something that turns out to be correct. Would be super cool if that scratcher you just got won $500, watch them win $500, and then think you're the absolute man for predicting it. Rinse and repeat for years. Realize I only have 18 days until my dad dies, so I spend as much time as possible with him. Your dad died 5 days after Christmas, and didn't even get to see 2013. That's rough, man. I feel bad for ya. Well, it's junior year of undergrad. IDK. Probably just try to improve my quality of life, avoid some bad life choices and relationships, and try to get right back where I'm but a little better. My life isn't perfect, but I love my pets and fiance. I don't want to trade them to try to move up in the world. That was my first thought. Man, there's a lot I would've changed in the moment, but now is good, and I like where I'm at and wouldn't want to change it. God damn it, do I have to go through all that again? I was in 5th grade at the time, so there isn't much I would be able to do. I wouldn't even have the chance to meet the people who are now my best friends for another 4 years. I could maybe find them in middle school, but chances are we wouldn't become friends then. Man, I feel you. I'd have to redo high school all over again. Maybe I'd test out, take the SAT, get into college as a child prodigy. Then again, that's just a few months before the anxiety and OCD strike, so I might lose that battle before it's even begun. Or get right to taking the medication that works for me, so that my parents don't have to move away and leave me by myself when I turn 18. Buy a house in the country with lots of storage and a greenhouse. Me too. With housing prices this high, that would be really smart. It would also be great to have somewhere to hide the bodies in advance. Become a hardcore doomsday prepper and get rich off stocks, lottery numbers, and Bitcoin. Like we're talking 1,000-acre ranch in Wyoming with enough food to last a decade. So, have you played Far Cry 5? Wait for May 11th, 2020 to roll around, wake up, and stop my mother from taking a whole bottle of sleeping pills at once, and instead just talk to her for hours on end. And should I fail still, call an ambulance as soon as she walks into the bedroom to sleep instead of being none the wiser and waiting until dad got home. Yay, wasn't a good day for anyone in the family. I'm sorry to hear that. Sending love 3. Bitcoin, stock in Tesla, betting on Super Bowls, etc. Then money would never be an issue. With that money, I'd do my best to prevent some of the tragedies that have happened in the last few years. Just have to be careful about changing things and creating a paradox. Really hard to decide exactly what to do, knowing even the smallest thing can change the course of history. Lots of people have said this, however, I think we could do better. I'm not sure how, but I'm going to think on it. Tesla stock in 2012 averaged like $30 and peaked at about $960 this year. Orman, you even had the money. Over 8 years you turned $1,000 into $32,000. A solid return. But we can beat it. Bitcoin is solid because you could easily mine it in 2012, but that still leaves you waiting 6 or so years to sell it, albeit for a massive return. Orman, you mined or even purchased for $10 a coin and sold at the peak of around $19,000. Every $1,000 worth of 2012 value is now $1,900,000. However, Bitcoin's risky. It can get stolen, it can get lost, it can get locked up, because one guy happens to die. Now that I have considered it, I don't see a way to beat the person who said they'd buy the $1 billion Mega Millions ticket the week before it was won. Turn $2 into $500. 000 warming a 50% tax rate? Unbeatable. Still leaves you waiting, but after that one day, you are good to go. Invest $1 million in Bitcoin. Another in Apple, another in Amazon, another in AMD. Through CD Projekt Red some dough. You can't beat $500 million out of $2. Can't be done. Appreciate my mom more. Died 2017. Also ask for help with my mental health, anxiety and depression. Try to help my best friends with their mental health. Never get together with my abusive ex, but become his friend. To get to his friend group, nice people would have saved me from getting PTSD. Cut off my sister, saving myself from several headaches and a broken heart. There's so much to do if only. Come up with a great conspiracy that the Mayan calendar was off by 8 years. Apocalypse in 2012. No, it's 2021. Tell Archduke Franz Ferdinand to stay the hell out of Sarajevo. I'm sure another event would have triggered WWI anyways. Hug my mom. I miss her. Me too. Buy stock in Netflix. They had price of $13.33 on December 14th, 2012. Then they had a 7-to-1 stock split on July 15th, 2015. Here are the multipliers from 12 over 2012 to today. Apple equals 4x, Google equals 4x, Microsoft equals 7x, Facebook equals 8x, Amazon equals 10x, Tesla equals 24x, Netflix equals 30x, Bitcoin equals 770x, high of 1500x. Run like hell, go to hug my mother in the hospital, and spend together her last 48 hours, without leaving her alone for not even 1 second. Hugs you. Study my MFA off and apply to that art school I always wanted to go to. Duck it. Hopefully no one refuses your application. Go and strike a deal with the Simpsons writer who wants future tea that they can spill, predict, in the show. This is the best answer here. Get meds for my then unknown bipolar disorder. Hard agree. Celebrate my birthday honestly though. I know Sandy Hook happened around that time. Drive out of state, get a prepaid cell, and call in as many bomb threats as I have to in order to get them to close a school. Yeah, it may not work, and I'll probably get caught, but I gotta try, right? Oh, and invest in a few companies that I know are gonna be huge. You probably won't even have to go that far. Just call the police to report a shooting at the shooter's mom's home before 9:30 and say you heard him talk about shooting the school. You might save his mom if it's early enough, and definitely save the school. Tell my mom that my little brother is going to be born tomorrow. His day is the 13th. She might not be surprised. A lot of our nations. Creed. Give my husband all the blowjobs he wants, spend all the time I can with him, and double his life insurance. 2018 was a pretty crappy year. RIP. My first thought when I lost someone I care about was also give more blowjobs. Make sure I don't date the guy I was talking to then. Fix my relationship with my parents. Go to college and find the guy I'm with now and date him right away instead of pushing him away for 3 years thinking I wasn't good enough. There's the distinct possibility that the guy you are dating now wasn't mentally or emotionally ready to date you before you managed to get together, but neither of you knew it. Definitely I would think about investing in Bitcoin. The other thing is just making sure I avoid mistakes I've done in those years. Oh yeah, be more mature and realize the red flags before they turn into bombs. Also, red flags are used in Minesweeper for where the bombs are. Damn, that would make me 16 years old again. I would freak the duck out. I would slowly forget about things that have happened and wonder if they ever happen. I would hate myself for forgetting exactly which day these events happen. Honestly, it would feel like Slimdog Millionaire constantly reminding myself about shit that happened. Oh, wasn't Filthy Frank about to do some crazy dance this year? I need to find some friends to get on that trend this time. One thing that I remembered in particular was Sandy Hook happened this year. I'm surprised no one is talking about it, so I'm assuming it hasn't happened yet. Turns out it will happen in 2 days. Rush Maya to Connecticut as fast as possible, which the FBI or someone would take me in wanting to know how I knew about this happening. I would definitely excel towards all of my classes. I would probably have way more arguments with my teachers. I feel like I'd still act childish towards my friends, but in a different way. My friends/clamates would be wondering why I act/talk so different. Not sure, honestly. I do feel like I would be a different person than I was 8 years ago. I'd still suck at math though. Maybe I'd understand the concepts a bit faster. Who knows? I would see all my friends that I met. I'd spend even more time with them than just going straight back home after school, realizing they're the best/closest friends that will stay with me for a long time after graduation. I would want to get to know other people too. Since I never given them the chance in 2013, I'd convince my older brother to convince my father to invest in this cryptocurrency called Bitcoin. The most frustrating part is none of us would probably have the tools on how to put our money into this. I would copy vines from popular vines that haven't existed yet. I would warn Boston about the bomber, or if it's too late cause I forgot the date, I'd tell Reddit to chill cause they might ruin someone's life. I would also probably get downvoted, honestly. I would be mad at myself for forgetting the Powerball numbers. I would make snarky jokes to my clamates about how y'all would listen to some Norwegian artist sing about foxes making noises or something. Everyone would look at me weird. Few months pass, and what does the fox say goes viral. Everyone forgets about my comment. Lol, I'm in college now. 2014. Something about airlines. Oh duck, Malaysia Airlines went missing. Welch's. That one flew over my head. Couldn't announce that one in time. This is 2 years post reset, which would make me 26 years old pre-reset or 18 years old in this new reality of mine. I would stay the duck away from getting to know one of my roommates. Huge mistake there. What I do remember was a bucket challenge should be spreading around the internet. I would warn my extended family that one of them actually has owls and should have that checked out early on. It's 2015 now. The dress is black and blue and was proven to be that way. Get ducked. I'll be watching the candidates. Notice friends and family laughing at how this man who called Mexicans rapists on public television couldn't possibly win. I would tell them to take this a bit more seriously. I would probably become more politically active about how this man could be the next president. I would be even more frustrated that no matter what I say or do, pretty sure the man will still get elected and win. I'd tell my roommate, I bet you gay marriage will be legal everywhere soon. I'll be right. He'll be very happy. I would probably be pretty good at what I'm majoring in school, or maybe worse, homework wise, because I don't want to redo everything that I know again. My skills would be unmatched compared to other freshman clamates, would be the most reliable person in projects. The seniors in our projects would probably hate me since I'll be actively putting myself into a primary role in these projects, since I know just as much as them now. 2016. This year really sucked and was really awesome. I'd try to go to a Bowie concert or something. I'd make a bet with everyone that the Cubs will win the World Series this year. My entire family will disown me for such a claim. Brewers fans BTW. I'd make a bit of cash there. I would also make a better 6-pack of PBR with my film friends that DiCaprio will finally win an Oscar. I'll be drinking for a month. If it's June, I'd go to the gay nightclub and warn the owners that someone's plotting. I would make a small comment like, oh, you think the death of Cecil the lion was bad? Wait till you hear about this gorilla. Rick's out for him. I guess I took full advantage of the Pokemon Geo craze when it came out. I actually wouldn't change anything that I did that month. Just relive that experience and enjoy everyone I met and all of conversations I had. So much fun. No duck, it's 2017. Around September, Hurricane Maria talk is spinning around. Wasn't that like a really bad one? How do I warn everyone? October rolls around. Wasn't there a concert in Vegas? Duck, now I need to figure out how to save them too. I would plan ahead and travel to a solar eclipse location with my family perhaps. I'm slightly famous now through my vines and small predictions that I threw around in public. I would watch The Hateful Eight, which the opening sequence shows the studios working on this production. The logo Weinstein Company would blare out, which would remind me of the Me Too movement. I would tweet my heart out calling him out. Throw Epstein and Cosby on that train too before they were even on the radar. I would be called a crazy man, but maybe not, since I haven't been wrong so far with my other random predictions. 2018, I'd tweet out a why your phones will be notified and to chill. It's a false alarm. I would hype up all my friends to watch the Banksy auction live stream, give them some ludicrous background, only to see their reaction when the painting shreds. I would tell everyone to plan their travels before January 2020. IDK how the duck, a regular person like me, could stop a pandemic from happening. I guess predicting stuff is all I can really do in the past. I don't think I can really rewrite history if I even tried. Feel like people would just call me crazy and won't believe me. But I guess I've been given 8 more years of youth to try even more things and take advantage of. By the time I hit 24 again, I'll have the knowledge of a 32-year-old. I don't regret what I haven't done and do enjoy everything that I have done. I would get excited for events happening again, like my sister's marriage or all of the graduation parties I went to, or seeing friends that I don't have the chance to talk to anymore. Nice comment. After reading this, it would actually be pretty terrifying if this happened. You know something bad is about to happen, like a shooting or the airplane goes missing, but you don't remember what day or where it happens. You tell someone and everyone thinks you're crazy. I would be madly depressed, as I had 2 kids after this date and I don't have my nut schedule memorized to get them back. Prevent the death of Harambe. I swear, things just went downhill from there. Do you think Harambe cursed us? Call my dad and tell him to go to the doctor right now. If he won't go, I will grab him by the ear and drag him. After that, work on moving closer to my work sooner. At some point, I will try to remember companies to invest in so I can get a little ahead. Same. I'd tell my mom to go check for her cancer continuously for 6 to 12 months before her original diagnosis. We have caught it early. Won't get married. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Warn my uncle, basically my father, about Los Alamitos Medical Center so he doesn't die of malpractice. Be a depressed emotional wreck, because that's the night my grandfather died. I'm sorry for your loss. Join the drama club so that I can hit on the hottest girl I've ever known. I was crushing on the wrong person in high school and lacked the social skills to do anything about it. That girl is going for her PhD now, which makes sense because she was also one of the smartest people I've ever known. And the reason she was in drama club, she designed steampunk costumes for the senior play, although in 2012, that's a few years away. So yeah, basically every man's dream. BTC was around $12 minus $13. I would be able to get around 200 BTC, which would be more than enough to ride off into the sunset in 2019. On top of that, I'm sure there would be more things I would come across, from example betting on UFC. Other than that, learn from all the mistakes I made since that time. Would be good time. I would do everything low key. Scary of what could happen. Different decisions lead to different outcomes. Maybe I'd be dead or someone would be. Considering that's 6 days after the birth of my second child, I'd continue healing from delivery for a bit. I'd already know how to juggle 2 kids, so that would make life a bit easier. I would also leave my ex within a year instead, waiting another 5 years and wasting so much time. That alone would change my life. Obviously though, I would find a way to invest in stocks/Bitcoin. Maybe start a YouTube channel. Place a bet on the Ravens to win the Super Bowl and another one for the Seahawks for the 2013 season. Odds on Leicester City winning the UK Premier League in 2016 was, I kid you not, 5,000:1. People bet 10 for a laugh and the book is paid out. Invest in Zoom, Lysol, or NTP brands. If you mean 2012, oh boy, here we go again with puberty, middle school and high school. The only thing I'd change is immediately delete all the online friends I had and start anew. Also, guys suck online, so they'd get deleted too. Get rid of Trump before he can run. How so? Like murder or by sabotaging his run? Save my dad from dying. He was struck by a car that day. I'm sorry for this. Confirm that 2012 was the beginning of the end of the world. Start jacking off, cause that was a 2013 realization tbh. Get that extra year in, nice. Start a YouTube channel, purchase a few bitcoins. Why only a few? Purchase thousands. Get my mom scanned so that her cancer is discovered when it's still curable. Nothing. I don't understand stock market and have no way to make anybody to believe me. Oh wait, no, I would invest in Ellen. I think I get that much. Spend every cent I can on Amazon, Bitcoin, Netflix and Facebook. Here are the multipliers from 12 over 2012 to today. Apple equals 4x, Google equals 4x, Microsoft equals 7x, Facebook equals 8x, Amazon equals 10x, Tesla equals 24x, Netflix equals 30x, Bitcoin equals 770x, high of 1500x. Ask my parents to transfer schools. Definitely would have avoided stuff that could've been avoided. Never see this on threads of this nature, but use the melodies for popular pop songs and become a singer. Guaranteed hits, make lots of cash, go down in music history. So TikTok in its infancy, not gonna go well. The Chinese Communist Party can afford good laywers. Commit suicide. I can't save anyone that matters, and there's no way in hell I can stand to live through this again. Are you okay? I would be so upset, I'd never want to live through high school again. Try to stop a lot of dumb shit that happened in the US, and start stocking up on toilet paper and Lysol wipes in case I can't. I would not let Haram die. You do whatever it takes. Hit the gym way earlier in life. I'd be 13 at that point, and while I've gotten much better about it now, my family never emphasized exercise growing up, which arguably is one of the most crucial times in terms of body development, and being able to have an actual core instead of at one point getting winded after just 40 sit-ups is something I've always regretted. I only just joined a sports team in college, and all of the things I enjoy from it now, team camaraderie, friends, good work ethic/routine, are things I badly needed as a pubescent teenager. I mean, there's a hell of a lot more I'd do. Start investing in big companies, follow up with the girl who was actually interested in me instead of crushing on someone who never was, get all of those ducking time locked exclusives that I can't get now in games, damn you, Blizzard, etc. But one step at a time. Bet big on Trump becoming president. Damn. Had the op said wake up in October, I would have also bet big on Obama getting re-elected in 2012 on top of bet big time on Trump in 2016. My mum died due to hospital negligence on the 18th of December 12. When she gets taken in, I'd do everything I could to warn the doctors to check up on her and try to prevent the situation that killed her. Removed. My fellow Americans, I will now drone strike Donald Trump as well as his family. This guy told me to. I accepted. Fix my choices and decisions. Stop my best friend from committing suicide. I cry. My daughter was born in 2018. There's no way to do the things exactly the same, so she is the one that's born. I also buy Bitcoin. I didn't get my first real adult job until a few years later, but after working there I realized they hired people pretty young even though still in college without degrees, and I set my expectations too high for how mature you need to be for a real job. I would have applied for that job years sooner, to have better income and actual health benefits and savings plans. I would have started doing allergy treatments years before they became a huge problem and developed into asthma in my mid-20s. I also would have broken up with my girlfriend at the time knowing we didn't last and she left scars. I also would have invested in Bitcoin. I would go home and take my dad out for his birthday. I would talk to him as much as possible in this time. My dad died from Alzheimer's in 2016, but in 2012 he was still mostly there. Get pap smears every damn year. Cancer treatment sucks. Oh my. You watched until the end? That's fucking awesome, dude. Thanks for watching.